Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Combat Craig. Today we're talking about the 2025 VA cost of living increase. We're going to talk about the different things that are affected, the different benefits. We're going to talk about the CPIW index. That's what is used to come up with these numbers and how it's come up with, what quarters and all that kind of stuff. And then we will take a look at some examples of what we may be expecting come the end of the year, which actually means January 1st because effective dates. Let's hop into it. Before I get started, I want to remind you that I have a boot camp that teaches you guys how to win your VA claims. That's at combatcraig.com. And all VA claims, no matter what, come down to medical evidence. If you don't have medical evidence, you don't know where to get it, go to my website at combatcraig.com, click on the Nexus Letters Med Team link. What different types of VA disability benefits are tied to the cost of living increase in 2025? We have VA disability pay, dependency and indemnity compensation, DIC, veterans and survivors pension benefit. We have special monthly compensation, that's SMC, sweet money. TBI or SMCT pays out or over 10 grand after this year. So look into that. And aid and attendance benefits. So basically anything tied to COLA on the Social Security side of the house and on the VA side. I'm just talking about the VA side. So that's what changes. VA disability pays, obviously the tax-free payment we get every month, right? You get it every month. I get it. If you're looking to increase it and get into a higher bracket, if you're at 60 and you're trying to get to 100, you have the combined ratings table to worry about, but it's also your strategy is flawed. You need to figure out how to go after the money if money's what you're going after. VA dependency and indemnity compensation, little tongue twister there. It's a tax-free monthly benefit for some surviving family members of veterans. Keyword is some, because they certainly don't make it easy for all. It's paid to the eligible survivors of a military member who died while on active duty, a veteran whose death was the result of a service-connected injury or disease, or a veteran whose death wasn't related to their service, but who was rated as permanently and totally disabled by the VA. These are a few good things to keep in mind. Having something in place for 10 years, being 100% permanent and total, and then having your disability service connected for the purpose of DIC benefits if you aren't able to make it up to 100%. That would be one reason why I would file a low value claim for DIC benefits, but you could do better than that. Just get into the Hundo Club. We have special monthly compensation. It's a tax-free monthly payment given in addition to VA disability pay, who suffer from the loss of or loss of use of specific organs or extremities due to service. There's a whole host of these, and they're all above it. So like SMCK is loss of use of the creative organ, right? So that's loss of use of your cock, or if you're a female, it's female arousal disorder. Housebound's another one, SMCS. It's an extra $400 a month. And there's tons of them. And let's look at a few of those, actually. Leave a link to the special monthly compensation page below in the description, along with a link to my boot camp. So it just kind of, it has these weird menus. If you've navigated the VA website at all, if it's working, that is, it's always busted. Then you're familiar with these things. So SMCK explains that. Currently, it's $132.74. SMCQ, I'm not personally familiar with that one. And then it goes into the L through N rates here. Veteran alone is usually what I talk about. What else we got? SMC N and a half through SMCS. Veteran alone at the top. Now, these ones are combined. Let me go back. So SMCK isn't combined, or Q, or S. Once you start seeing that, base rate of whatever it is, 3,600 And then numbers after that, it's all combined. So L is in Lima. I don't even know what M is, Mama. N is November. And then it shows dependents and stuff too. And then November, Oscar, Papa. Then you have R1 and R2. Those are the two highest ones. R1, veteran loans, $9,326.07 currently. And SMC-R2 is the same as SMCT. So if you have a special monthly compensation for TBI in 2024, that rate alone is $10,697.23. And then in 2025, the cost of living increase will increase by 3.2% projected. So it'll be a little bit more. Then you also have aid and attendance benefits and housebound benefits. This is another tax-free benefit paid in addition to monthly VA disability to cover the cost of in-house care, nursing home care, assisted living, stuff like that. I'll leave a link below for aid and attendance benefits. That's a different video for a different day, but that's basically what the 2025 cost of living increase is going to cover for veterans, those 5 categories. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the projected VA disability pay rates for 2025, the cost of living increase. And at this point, it's projected to be 3.2%. So that's the numbers I'm going on. And things are left out of this, and this isn't like to get us ahead, right? We're just struggling, and these cost of living increases are because of high inflation. So it doesn't keep us even, but whatever. It's their attempt at keeping us even. So let's start it off with the 10% rate with the veteran alone. Veteran alone at 10% is $176.71. 20% is $349.32. 30% is $541.09. 40% is $779.45. 50% is when you break $1,000. You finally break $1,000 at 50%. Get rid of those lowball, shitty 10, 20, 30s. You need to go up to get paid. Also do one of the dependent examples, but you don't even get paid for dependents if you're at 0, 10, or 20. So if you even want to get paid for dependents, you need at least 30%. All doable. It's all done with medical evidence. Moving on, 60%, $1,405.46. 17%, $1,771.20. 80% is $2,058.85. 90% is $2,313.65. And 100% is $3857.46. And this is the area we should zoom in on, because this is a big difference, right? The jump between 90 and 100% is huge. Get it done however you need to get it done. I talk more about how to do that in my boot camp. Check that out. There's a link in the description to combatcraig.com. Medical evidence is the main component there. But if you have all that in place, another thing you could do is TDIU, where you get paid is total disability based on individual unemployability. So if one or multiple of your service-connected disabilities prevent you from working, you can get a vocational expert and you can have them make the case for you, and you still stay at 70%, but they pay you at the 100% rate. And that could also be P&T. So big jump from $2,300 to $3,800. It's worth doing for sure. Let's take a look at a spouse and a veteran and one kid, and just kind of go through that, and I'll show it to you so you can kind of see what that looks like. So veteran and spouse with one child at the 10% rate here, it doesn't change, right? 10 or 20%. It doesn't change all the way down. At 30, right? Here's 30%, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and at 100%, you get $4,402.65. A little sampler of what you get paid, and you may have your situation is different than mine. I'm veteran alone. I'm divorced. You may have parents involved. It's different for everybody. Figure out what you have and make sure you're getting paid for your dependents. And you'll get a bump with your dependents as well. If you want to learn more about the VA claims process, check out my bootcamp at combatcraig.com. Also, if you need medical evidence, hit up my med team at combatcraig.com. Links for both are down there in the description. A couple other things to add on here on the VA disability pay is aid in attendance and school children. They're shown separately, and let's take a look at that. So the VA disability pay chart for 2025 for each school child is shown separately. They're not included with any other pay rates. All other entries on this chart reflect a rate for children, show the rate payable for children under 18 or helpless. Take the 70% rate with a veteran with a spouse and 3 children and add the rate for 1 school child. So that's an easy way of saying whatever your rating is and what you get for each child, because it's different at 60 than it is at 90. Just add 1 child. And then the other thing that isn't included is the aid in attendance spouse. Let's take a look at that. Where the veteran has a spouse who is determined to require aid in attendance, add the figure shown as aid in attendance AA spouse to the amount shown for the proper dependency code. For example, veteran has AA spouse and 2 minor children and is 70% disabled. How is the 2025 cost of living increase even calculated for veterans? Like, how does this stuff work? So it's using the CPIW scale. Let's take a look at the CPIW index and see what this whole thing's made up of. Here's some changes for the last couple of years. So all items come up to 3.3. I'm calling that 3.2. And food, they bring it down, food, energy services, all items, less food and energy, 3.4%. The way they calculate this stuff, less food and energy, like I don't know about the last time you needed to eat like food or put gas in your car. Those are 2 things that weigh on me, but apparently in the CPIW fancy land, they don't factor that in. So it's on some weird sliding scale. You can learn all about that on Google. I'm going to bring in Raider X, my sidekick here, to go over the VA disability pay dates for 2025 and why some of them, what happens when they fall at the end or beginning of the month. So take it away, Raider X.
Thanks, Combat Craig. So just to recap, the Department of Veterans Affairs pays disability benefits on the first business day of the following month. So for December, you get paid in January, you get paid in February, March, etc. So here are the dates for 2025, because that's what we're talking about here today. So for December, because of the holiday, on New Year's Day, January 1st, we're going to get paid on Tuesday, December 31st. For January, we will get paid on the 31st of January, which is a Friday. Saturday being the weekend for the 1st, so there you go. Same deal with February. February's payment will be February 28th. March's payment will be Tuesday, April 1st. April's payment will be Thursday, May 1st. June's payment will be, or May's payment will be Friday the 30th. June's payment will be Tuesday, July 1st. August's payment will be, or July's payment will be August 1st. August's payment will be Monday, September 1st. Actually, no, it won't, because that's fuck. The 1st is fucking motherfucker. The 1st is fucking Labor Day, so it's actually going to be fucking 29th of August. September's will be Wednesday, October 1st. November will be Friday, October 31st. And then to wrap up the calendar year, we're looking at for November is going to be Monday, December 1st. And we start that vicious cycle all over again. And you know what? If your bank pays you a day early, you're going to have to readjust all those dates. So, all right, Craig, fuck ups and all, back to you.
And then we have some commodities here, new cars, used cars, shelter, transportation, blah, blah, blah. This is where I was tracking at the end of May. I'll leave a link to this website, which is the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. And this is basically how the CPIW works and how the 2025 cost of living increase is going to be calculated. So hoping the number will get bigger. I'm not sitting here complaining. If you are in that boat and you want to get paid more and you're not getting paid at 100%, I suggest putting some effort into your VA claim. You are your own best advocate. You are going to get the job done because you're the one that gives a shit because it's your money. Currently, the government is hiding your money from you, and you may be 80 years old. A lot of guys in my boot camp, link in the description to sign up for that, are in their 70s and 80s. Vietnam veterans are the oldest, and then us Desert Storm veterans will be the next to move up over the next 20 years. So they love when we just don't ask questions and die. That's their favorite kind of veteran. But it's up to you. If you want to pump these numbers up, get into it, find out about medical evidence, find out about high value claims versus low value claims. I've literally got 700 videos on here. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Also, you might want to check out this video right here that I did that also explains high value secondary claims, because these are the best types of claims to file for sure.